strap, the best belt in the business. That's the one there, the green and gold belt. I've got 2 of them behind me. I'm not showing off, but this is a big step up for him, and I think he's ready for the test. But it's no gimme. This is a tough fight for him, but one I think he'll come through. So next up, we've got Virgil Ortiz against Israil Madrimov. This is a good fight as well. Super welterweight. I'm looking forward to this one. This is for the WBC interim super welterweight title, and I just think that Ortiz is against a very skilled Uzbek fighter, Israil Madrimov. I think it's going to be a tight fight. Ortiz is 26 years old. He's a monster puncher. 22 wins, 21 by KO. Madrimov is 30 years old, and he pushed Terence Crawford, all the way last summer. Crawford stepped up, didn't he? And he fought Madrimov, and people didn't think Crawford looked that good moving up a weight, but that was probably because Madrimov is such a good fighter. Both of these fighters are known for their aggressive styles. I think it's going to be an absolutely explosive fight. Looking forward to it. Could be the fight of the night, and the odds, I think, odds are really close, but Ortiz Jr. is a slight favourite, and I'll go with that one. So another fight I'm looking forward to. Agit Kabayel takes on Zhilei Zhang. I just think that Zhang, at 41 years old, although he's a good fighter and he's capable, I think after 6 rounds, he falls apart. 27 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw, 22 victories by knockout. So he can bang. Notable wins over Deontay Wilder and Joe Joyce. So don't write him off. But don't forget Joseph Parker beat him more recently. He gets tired. And he had Parker on the floor twice. He gets tired as the fight goes on. And Agit Kabayel is one of these fighters that, in my opinion, is being avoided. People don't want to fight him. He's got an undefeated professional records, 25 wins, 17 by knockout. And he's got wins over Derek Chisora, Frankie Sanchez. And I just think that Kabayel would do a job on Zhilei Zhang. It might be close. It might be good early on. It's a good fight early on. First 2, 3, 4, 5 rounds, maybe even 6 rounds. I think this is a fight that he's going to be sitting and enjoying watching. And then I think Kabayel will take over and get Zhang out of there. Either knock him out, or the ref will jump in, or the towel will throw in the corner will throw in the towel. But this is another great fight on a stacked card. But for me, Agit Kabayel does the business. And opening the show on this great card is Joshua Buatsi against my old sparring partner, Callum Smith. I've actually sparred both these guys. And to be honest, when I sparred Callum Smith early doors, I used to take my time with him. And Rob used to tell me to watch my power, because it was still an amateur, looking at going to the Olympics maybe. And it was, as a professional, for me, being professional world champion, you've got to take your time. But when I sparred Buatsi is a natural light heavyweight. So it's a weight division above Callum Smith. And I think Rob actually sneakily told Buatsi to take his time with me. I found out sort of after, because Buatsi can bang a little bit. He's a naturally bigger man. And although maybe not, he was taking his time with me, he was still able to cope in the spar better than what Callum Smith was. Now, when Callum Smith turned pro, he improved and he's done what he's done. But he stepped up to light heavyweight, didn't he, to take on Beterbiev after losing to Canelo at super middleweight. So he's kind of stuck between weights. At super middleweight, I think he's drained a little bit of the weight. But at light heavyweight, I think he's outpowered a little bit. He's not quite big enough. He's tall enough, but he's quite slim in his stature. So he's kind of stuck between weights. I think at this time of his career, light heavyweight's the right weight for him. But I do question his desire. After losing to Canelo, it wasn't a great performance, was it, by Callum Smith? He was kind of happy to just lose on points. And then he stepped up to light heavyweight and got battered by Beterbiev. And most people do get battered by Beterbiev, because Beterbiev's a dangerous fighter. But I just think Buatsi, being the naturally bigger man, and having sparred with both of them, and looking at where they are in their careers, I think Buatsi really, for me, is in a position where he can take this fight on, get Callum Smith beat. If he doesn't get him out of there, maybe beat him on points. It'll be close while it lasts, but I just think the strength and the power of Buatsi and the experience and that natural size, I think he does the job against Callum Smith. I think Callum Smith's closing in on the end of his career, and Buatsi's looking to move on to the next level. It's an intriguing fight, a really, really good fight. But I've got Buatsi just edging this one in what will be a tight fight, close fight early doors, and I think Buatsi pulls away as the fight goes on. I don't think it'll be a stoppage by either man, but as I've already said, this is a great fight to open the show. So before I wrap today's episode, thanks for tuning in. If you haven't already, hit subscribe. I've got a few questions from my producer. He's not a bad lad, my producer. He knows his stuff, but I don't want to stroke his ego too much. Right, which fight am I most looking forward to? And thinking about this, obviously the Beterbiev Bivol fight, I'm looking forward to that, because is anybody going to actually dominate and get their hand held in a dominant performance because it's so tight and so close. Is somebody going to come and do something different and really take this fight by the horns and make a win? If Beterbiev knocks out Bivol, what a fight what a performance that would be. And if Bivol can dominate on the outside and win on points and just shut out Beterbiev, then that would also be awesome. But which fight am I looking forward to the most? I've got to say Daniel Dubois, Joseph